kind of getting back, I think, to a normal routine. Just obviously we had a Monday night and a Sunday night. So today was first and second down. Tomorrow we'll practice and then get everyone out of here and catch up on that film Friday morning. So that'll be the only difference with tomorrow, but we'll have our normal practice and then we'll go from there. Any questions? Well, look, first off, we've got to improve in that area, and we feel like, typically you want to have balance and you want to be able to run it, especially when you get in those tight quarters. But it's one of the areas that we talked about offensively, and I just finished with the team. There's a number of things still that we've got to work on and improve, and that's one of them. Yeah, I mean, all of that's good, and yet we're just we have to improve our overall red zone efficiency. So, yeah, I mean, we've had some big plays, and those have mattered, but especially goal-to-go situations.
Coach, you've seen a lot of edge rushers in your time. Myles Garrett, right?
Yeah, he's right there. I mean, man, he's playing at a high level. He's smart. He's talented. He's got, every one of those traits that you're looking for. His get-off's fantastic. And, he's battling chips and nudges and all of those things, but he's having a great season. They're playing really good defense. They're first in the league and in a lot of categories, but he's something else. Yeah, look, we'll rep a few different players there. We'll see where where we're at health-wise. There's not a whole lot to say. We kind of went through the process. He had an appeals process yesterday, and then it kind of is what it is right now. We felt like the last 3 weeks you really started noticing him on the scout team, his movement. He's got obviously a good handle on what we're doing, and so he'll have to be ready. He's got good length and ball skills, and so there's no exact time frame for rookies, and I give them a hard time. Like in college, sometimes you get a redshirt year, and there's that sense of urgency here where, hey, let's go. But I think he's in the last month. We feel like he's really, picked things up and playing with better eyes, quicker. Yeah. Well, the unique thing with this team is in the Super Bowl era. So let's just say in the history of our game as we know it, they're currently on pace, time of possession, and snaps run, all of those things they're extremely high at, and they do a great job of running the football. Coach Callahan, who does the run game for them, he and I would work together and with Kevin, and they have an identity offensively, and it very much fits how they're playing defensively. So that formula of being able to run the ball well and play good defense, even though it's 2023, it still works, and they're doing it better than anyone.
Do you have any relationship with Kevin?
No, I know of him. I think George worked with him. I've never worked with him, but he's done a great job, and I've heard nothing but good things about him. I've had guys like Mike Zimmer, who I know very well. He worked with. And I think he's done a good job there in Cleveland, and he's had some adversity, obviously, with the injuries, and so again, it's a completely different opponent than last week, relative to what they do on both sides of the ball and even in the kicking game. So this is an important week. No, listen, he's been in the league a long time. He's done a great job wherever he's been. And there's some things that are consistent. Maybe we've looked at Philly film. I think there's only one goal line snap with this defense. The thing that, look, when you hit the cut-ups and you go to the red zone, and I'm used to looking at the 1 yard line, the 2 yard line, and I get to the 7 yard line, and I might be at play 18 on the season. I got to the 7 yard line like after 6 plays last night. And so, man, teams have not gotten in. And so that's how well they're playing defensively. But no, there are some wrinkles. There's some things that are different. And then there are a few patterns that you see that make a lot of sense. He's smart. He's smart and athletic. And those are two good traits, especially if you're a center. And so we're pleased to see him playing and playing as well as he is. And he's a fantastic teammate. Yeah, I think, look, for all these young guys, you play, you gain confidence, then you're ready to play more, and you see growth, and sometimes it's quicker than others, but it's good to have him, contributing. He's extremely athletic, and he's smart.
Do you ever look at the larger picture, or are you guys just locked in on what you've got going this week?
Is this the playoff picture?
Well, you built to a point where now all of a sudden you're 5-5, and the narrative is different.
Yeah, look,
AFC team.
no, I get it. And that's, you try to use an analogy of where, we're past the halfway mark, but we haven't hit turn 3 yet. It's hard in this, and I mean this, it's hard in this league. Periodically something will come up and my wife will say, well, that's when we're playing the Chargers. And I'm like, I have no idea when that is. You do get tunnel vision to the next challenge in front of you. And I think hopefully we all do, because I think it's better relative to your preparation and focus. And obviously, as you get further into this and you're around 3 heading into 4, but the thing that's different for me is, being in the NFC this whole time, you always kind of knew who you wanted to lose and win. And I'm still trying to get adjusted to figuring out that's an AFC team. We don't want them to have success. But I think really the focus is inward and on what we have to do. And, so when I drive home from the game the other night, although we won, there's a number of things that, you're mad at yourself because you're wondering, did I cover it well enough? Were they prepared? Why did this happen? And so you can't wait to get back to work, and you're not focused on. And so, look, it's good that the questions are coming. It's better than the alternative, and yet there's just so many things that we've got to get better at. So there's still that race to improve and that race to get better, and the teams that, the 20 teams, let's say, that do that better, will be rewarded. Yeah, I think, he's got that stamina that's unusual. They're different players, but Cam Jordan could play 70 snaps, and play 58 was like play 4. That's pretty tough at that position, and he's got, that staying power and consistency and smart. And so it's impressive. And it's hard to do, when you're in the trenches where he's at. So he's been a great addition, to our front. Oh, I mean, look, the solutions are in the building, and then you pay attention to other rosters relative to practice squads. And, we have guys that we're developing on our practice squad, and yet we have guys, we played 2 games already without them. Yeah. Well, it depends on the team you're playing. Each week, You know, some weeks you're going to be in a lot of nickel or penny. Some weeks you're going to be a lot of base. So a lot of it depends on what the game plan is going to feature. But it starts in the building. All right, thank you.